All right, welcome everyone. We will go ahead and get started. We might have a few more people joining us coming in, but most of the people who registered are here. I'll start just by introducing myself. I'm William Blackmer. I am the city's workforce development coordinator, and I also serve as staff liaison to the Job Creation and Retention Trust. Today we are meeting to talk about the RFP that was released a little over a week ago by the Job Creation and Retention Trust, called the Good Municipal Jobs Training Initiative. So our plan for today's session is to give a high-level overview of the RFP, the timeline of the RFP, some details about the funding that is available, and give an opportunity for individuals to ask questions as well. And then we will also still be accepting questions by email that we will then compile and share out publicly the responses. So also want to mention that we have two members of the Job Creation and Retention Trust on the call today. So we have Rand Wilson, who's here in person with me, and Vicki Coitz as well, who is online. So they may be jumping in at some point to field some of the questions that you have. But I thought it would be good if people are comfortable just to do a quick round of introductions, since it's a smaller group. And maybe I will actually have Rand and Vicki start, and then we can jump to the others on the call. So Rand, do you want to introduce yourself to the group?
Sure, Rand Wilson. I'm a union organizer. I'll convene a group here in Somerville called Somerville Stands Together. And live in Ward 6. What else? Been on the trust since its inception, like most of the trustees. And I've been very kind of a champion of this particular RFP.
Great, thank you, Rand. Vicki?
Hi, thanks, William. Hi, everyone. Vicki Coitz. I live in Union Square. I have been in workforce development for 25 or so years, so I'm very excited about this RFP as well. It's a classic industry partnership, sector training initiative that we're trying to support here. So very happy to see this moving forward, and very happy to answer any questions that folks have about the model and what we're trying to achieve here.
Thanks, Vicki. Can we go to Leanne next?
Good morning, Leanne Johnson. I work for ABCD as the Deputy Director of Workforce Development, and we operate the Mass Hire Metro North Career Centers.
Thank you, Leanne. Can we go to Julie next?
Great. I have the pleasure of working for Leanne. I'm responsible as the Systems Director for the Mass Hire Metro North Career Centers, and Somerville is part of our region. Happy to learn about the opportunity.
Thanks, Julie. We'll go to Tammy next.
Hi, I'm Tammy Hopkins. I'm the Director of Somerville CAN Community Agencies Network. We are a group of 38 nonprofits coming together and trying to help each other out. We do a lot of the training for the nonprofit sector.
Thanks, Tammy. Aden, can you go next? We'll go to Sarah. I know some people might just be listening in.
No problem. Hi, I'm Sarah. Apologies that I can't be on video right now. I'm the interim executive director at the Welcome Project in Somerville. And yeah, happy to be here with you all.
Thanks, everyone. So I will take us through the presentation slides. We just have about 9 or so slides, and then we will open it up for general Q&A. So if you could just hold those questions until we get to the end, and we'll go from there. So let me bring up the slides, and I want to confirm that I'll be able to see them. So give me one moment. All right, are you able to see the title page there?
Yes.
Great. So, as I mentioned, today we're talking about the Good Municipal Jobs Training Request for Proposals. This is an RFP put out by the Somerville Job Creation and Retention Trust in coordination with the Mayor's Office of Strategic Planning and Community Development. What is this RFP? So this RFP is first and foremost seeking a nonprofit backbone organization or organizations to coordinate a good municipal jobs training initiative. On the next couple of slides, we'll talk a little bit more about some kind of parameters for what that training initiative may look like or include, but want to highlight that the audience that we are looking to serve with this RFP are low income, up to 80% household area median income, working age Somerville residents, 16 plus, who are interested in working in the municipal trades, entry-level office settings, and related fields. And our ultimate goal with this RFP is to help Somerville residents achieve the skills, certifications, credentials, and licenses that lead to gainful employment or career advancement in the above industries that we've mentioned. And to respond to talent needs of various employers, including the City of Somerville. Here we have our timeline for the RFP. It was issued on May 21st. We're having our hybrid information session today. We have a deadline for submitting questions on this coming Wednesday, June 4th at noon. We will, of course, take questions after that time while the RFP is still open, but that is a priority deadline for publicly posting responses to those questions. We have the deadline for proposals, which is August 15th. And that's at 12. We have an anticipated contract award time of September of this year. Looking for services that are commencing in the fall or winter of 2025 and estimated completion around spring 2027. So this is the proposed timeline for the project. And with this project, we are looking for proposals that are integrated education and training programs, or IETs. And integrated education and training programs are a service approach that provides adult education, literacy activities, and literacy activities concurrently and contextually with workforce preparation activities and workforce training for a specific occupation or occupational cluster for the purpose of educational and career advancement. So this is the structure of the training. We're looking for proposals that really have comprehensive programming that's addressing maybe multiple barriers that residents may have to accessing these jobs that are currently available. So we've talked a little bit about occupational clusters. The last slide also mentioned occupational clusters. These are the two that this RFP is focusing on. The first cluster is technical training in entry-level office skills. And some of the potential skills that we've highlighted here are digital literacy skills, particularly in Microsoft Office, accounts payable skills, other basic accounting skills, and other in-demand office skills. So you can see we're pretty open to the types of trainings that are providing those skills. The second occupational cluster that we are targeting is technical training in licensing and certification that focuses on municipal trade roles. And some of the relevant certificates, licenses, and skills in this occupational cluster are the commercial driver's license. So potentially a program that's incorporating CDL training. Also, standard driver's license training for individuals with the intent to obtain employment with a driver's license requirement. We also recognize a hoisting license as an important certification for getting into this industry, and then also leave some space for other in-demand skills that may be mentioned by employer partners that are interested in collaborating on these projects. So, as we talked about, we're looking for a comprehensive program. Again, that would be an IET or integrated education and training program in one or both of the occupational clusters that we just talked about. In addition to that education and training program, ideal components include wraparound social support services. So there we're talking about support services such as connecting participants with childcare opportunities, transportation assistance, access to affordable housing, and potentially the provision of adequate training stipends or scholarships to support participants in getting through the training. We're also ideally looking for the inclusion of career navigation. So this includes establishing connections with employers, including the City of Somerville's Human Resources Department and relevant municipal unions to gain awareness of the current job vacancies, the application and the interview process, to make direct referrals, etc. And the evaluation committee for this RFP will be prioritizing proposals that do connect training participants to jobs with the City of Somerville and do involve union partnerships. Additionally, we're looking for a program to include meaningful opportunities to directly connect to work. So this may be through job shadowing, internship opportunities, career fairs, and other interactions with employers, mock interviewing, and sharing hiring opportunities. We are also looking for a program that continues to support job retention for 6+ months upon job placement, or for program participants who are already employed 6 months upon completion of the program. And then we mentioned this earlier under wraparound services, but the Job Creation and Retention Trust is also prioritizing proposals that include adequate training, stipends, and scholarships. So what this means is that we're encouraging stipends that pay the Somerville living wage which is currently $17.72 per hour. So programs that would include this per training hour to provide financial support to participants, ultimately reducing the pressure on these participants to earn income while engaging in training and ideally resulting in improved outcomes. Available funding. So the total available funding under this RFP is $400,000. We also have an individual proposal cap, which is at $200,000. So organizations are able to be part of multiple proposals, but any one proposal will only be funded up to the $200,000 cap. We welcome inclusion of leveraged funds to support the program. So if you have other funding sources that may be able to bring together with this funding opportunity, we welcome that information in your proposal. We are looking to enter a contract that will be a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 3 years. And we also include some information here about the potential for contract renewal that will be upon meeting of 3 conditions. Oops, sorry about that. The conditions would be the approval of the job creation and retention trust, the acceptance of the grantee organization, and then, of course, the availability of the funds for that the job creation and retention trust has. So next, I will just walk us through the scoring rubric here. We have 100 points total in the scoring rubric, and this shows the breakdown of how we will be scoring the proposals. 35 points going to program description and design, 25 points going to partnerships, key personnel and staffing plan, and letters of commitment from employers and or labor unions are strongly encouraged in this section. There will be a possible 10 points for work samples and references, 10 points for program budget, and then 20 points for the outcomes and measures of success. So we definitely encourage you to review the full RFP document that's on our workforce and talent development webpage. As it talks in more depth about each of those components and what questions we're looking for answers to regarding all of those sections. So that is the, again, high level overview of the RFP. We will take questions today, and also they may be submitted to wfd@somervillema.gov. That's our workforce development general email address by June 4th at 12. And then we will have the proposals due by August 15th at 12 p.m. to that same email address. And we will not be able to accept late proposals after that deadline. So with that, I will open it up to questions from the group. We can jump back to any slides that you had particular questions about. And again, in general, I do encourage you to take a look at the RFP linked in probably in the email that you received or were forwarded, and then also at our workforce and talent development webpage. So I will maybe bring the slides down for a moment and you can see if anyone has questions, feel free to jump in. I think we're a small enough group.
Just so there's not silence, I'll say, I think it was very thorough. You actually answered all the questions I came with, so I don't have any additional questions.
Great. Thanks, Leon.
Oh, something in the chat.
Thanks, Tammy. Let us know if you have any questions.
William Rachel's here.
Yes. Yeah, I want to introduce Rachel Carney has also joined us, and she is an additional member of the Job Creation and Retention Trust, and also is our Director of Economic Development for the City of Somerville.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here today.
Okay, well, again, we'll take questions by email. I will send out just to this group, I'll send out again the RFP packet by email so you can take a chance to look at that. And then just keep in mind, we do have this RFP open for about 2.5 months. So really giving some time for groups to bring together proposals. So I will share out the questions as I mentioned, and then feel free to encourage partners that weren't able to come today to review the information as well and reach out with their questions. So thank you all.
Thank you, William.